Hey everyone, today we're making delicious beef stroganoff, a classic Russian dish that has become popular around the world. It's traditionally made with sautéed beef, mushrooms, and onions in a creamy sauce with a beef broth base. So why does this dish enjoy worldwide appeal? Well, beef stroganoff's popularity stems from the savory richness of the tender beef, the earthy mushrooms, and that creamy sauce, which creates a satisfying flavor experience. The warmth and richness of the dish also evokes a sense of comfort and nostalgia for many people. It's also quite versatile as the recipe is adaptable to individual preferences, allowing for variations in ingredients and cooking method. And despite this impressive taste, beef stroganoff can be made with relative ease, making it a popular choice for weeknight meals. To begin with, we have some ingredients to coat the beef strip. Opt for tender and flavorful cuts that cook quickly without getting tough. Some good choices are sirloin, tenderloin, and flank steak. We have 550 to 600 grams of beef strips. Make sure to cut into thin strips against the grain for even, quick cooking. Add half to 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce to the beef according to how salty it is, and give it a good rub and set this aside for about 5 minutes. To a large Ziploc bag, we're going to add in 1.5 tablespoons of plain flour, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt to taste. Close the bag and give it a good shake to mix everything thoroughly. And then we're going to add in the beef that has been briefly marinated. And we're going to shake once again. Don't forget to close that Ziploc bag. Give it a good shake to give that beef a uniform coating of those ingredients. Now we can begin to cook. On a medium heat, heat 2 tablespoons of avocado oil or olive oil in a deep skillet. I'm using a deep cast iron casserole. Now add the beef in one layer. Spread it out as evenly as possible. If you're using a smaller pan, you can do this in batches. We're going to sear the beef until it's browned on both sides, about 3 to 4 minutes per side. The flour-based coating serves 2 key purposes. First, the flour browns in the hot pan, creating a flavorful crust on the beef that adds depth and richness to the dish. And the flour also releases starch that thickens the pan drippings, contributing to the creamy texture of the stroganoff sauce. Make sure that the beef is somewhat evenly browned and try one piece. It should taste a bit like steak at this point, and already tender enough to eat. Remove the beef from the pan and set aside, and also lower the heat to a minimum. Now we can cook the stroganoff sauce, and these are the ingredients that we will be using. I have listed the ingredients and measurements and the recipe card at the end of the video. So add 2 tablespoons of the unsalted butter into the skillet and heat till shimmering. Add in the mushrooms and stir occasionally. Raise the heat back up to medium again. Some liquid may be released from these mushrooms. We need to cook till all the liquid evaporates and the mushrooms are reduced in volume and tender. Keep scraping up any brown bits from the bottom of the pan throughout the cooking process. Add 1 yellow onion that has been chopped as well as 2 large cloves of garlic. Stir and continue to cook until fragrant, softened, and golden brown. The cooking of the mushrooms, garlic, and onion will take about 5 to 8 minutes. Don't forget to continually scrape up any brown bits from the bottom of the pan throughout this cooking process. This is a flavor bomb and it will be completely released eventually as the cooking process continues. Now we can remove the sautéed ingredients from the pan and scrape the skillet clean. You don't want to wash the pan. Heat the remaining 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan once again, and once it's melted, add in 2 tablespoons of flour. Stir quickly, reduce the heat if you need to, and cook the flour to create the roux. Next, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and stir in quickly as well till it all blends into a uniform paste. We have 1½ cups of beef broth here, and gradually mix this in to deglaze the pan. Stir briskly to mix everything. Then add the remaining beef broth. Keep giving that flavor bomb at the bottom of the pan a good stir. Once everything is coming to a simmer, we can add the seasoning ingredients. For this, we have 5 small sprigs of fresh thyme. The thyme's earthy and slightly peppery notes with a hint of citrus brighten and enhance the richness of the beef. We're also adding 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, half a teaspoon of paprika, and half a teaspoon of onion powder as additional seasonings. You can also give it a taste and add salt only if needed. Simmer on a low heat for about 5 minutes. Return the browned beef as well as the sautéed mushroom mix to the pan. Give everything a stir once more to coat the beef with the sauce thoroughly. Add a little bit of water as needed to loosen the consistency. You don't want to add too much. Now we're going to cover this and simmer on a low heat for 7 to 10 minutes, just until that beef is cooked tender. Since we're using the thin strips of tender beef, it won't take too much time to cook. Open and check if you need to add any additional water. Give it a good stir. And at this point, we have a luscious, smooth, and rich gravy. But we're going to make it creamier by adding coconut cream. We're adding 200 ml of Cara coconut cream at room temperature. We're going to add half of the cream first and then stir briskly to incorporate. Once you get a uniform mixture, we can add the remaining coconut cream. In the traditional beef stroganoff, sour cream is added. The subtle tang is supposed to cut through that richness while making the dish creamier. But as we mentioned in the beginning, this dish is so versatile and caters to different tastes, preferences, and requirements. Adding the coconut cream not only makes it extremely creamy and delicious, but it also provides for a dairy-free alternative. And here, to cut through that richness, we're adding 1 to 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Add 1 teaspoon first, give it a taste, and add more if needed. We're also adding freshly cracked black pepper to taste. The coconut cream doesn't require to be cooked much longer. Once it's simmered, you're done. Keep covered till it's time to serve. And when you're going to serve, give it a stir and just add some garnish of freshly chopped parsley leaves. Beef stroganoff is often served with egg noodles or mashed potatoes or even with rice. I hope you enjoyed this video recipe. I'm leaving the recipe card for you all here. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.